sins. Wipe my sins. They can't win. They can't win. No new friends. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. They sleep. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Back in. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Sunday. 380. 372. 11B.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there.
11B, that's right.
Bortles now on first down. Out of the backfield, it's TJ Yeldon. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's go. Bunch right. 380.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Spread right, smack.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, spread left.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Hank. Here we go.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Over the middle, Jerron Brown's got it. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. A handoff to Penny. And he'll go down here at the 35. Yard line.
Come on.
They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Calais Campbell able to drop him for a loss of 4. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Let's get it. Tempo.
Play action. Now Wilson rolling to his right. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And now Sebastian Janikowski on from a long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Bortles to the former Jet, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags' 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Bortles now on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Green 80. Green 80.
They get it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Bortles now to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And Lambo will put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Again, it's Penny. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 71 yards. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
11B.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Hey, spread left. Spread left.
Fournette, a first down carry. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Throwing now is Bortles. And his throw is incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Let's go, let's go.
From the gun, it's Bortles. That's complete right around the 8. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Now Bortles. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go, here we go.
Bortles now on 3rd and goal. Escapes the sack. Now he's flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See, into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Mike 39, Lucy. 11, 11. 11, 11. Show left, show left. Shot, Green, shot.
Bortles going to throw. Looking left side, he's got a man. It's Cole. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. 372. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Green 80.
Hand off to Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the run with the ball.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him in the middle. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Here's Yeldon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. Alert, alert. Green 80.
Here's a give to Fournette. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter.
Hey, spread right, spread right, spread right, spread right, snap. Hey, spread left, green 80, green 80, green 80.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He hits Baldwin right side. And the ball is knocked out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It's always a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Rashad Penny, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Spread right, green 80, green
And they go for the ground attack here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Let's go.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Mike 39, Lucy. We got three. Here we go.
Bortles to throw on second down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. K.J. Wright in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On third and long, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now it's Lockett. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Throwing is Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. 23 yards on the play. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The strong safety, Barry Church, all over that one and knocked it away.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jerron Brown, 44 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Out to kick is Janikowski. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And some room to work. Still fighting for more.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
He'll look to throw. Now he's forced out right. It's caught. Baldwin. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's go. Four down. Deeper.
They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. It's caught. Block it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Back to throw. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. 1st down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, but a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.